All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash, Brakatah. All right, giving double honor to the apostle, elders, great millstone, peace and blessings to the brother pushing truth and sincerity and the Bible bull. To brother in the Pashkadash coming at you again with another lesson. This I'm talking about how weak the flesh is. All right, because that's our main battle. Because who's our biggest enemy? It's ourself. Because you got to battle your own lust. Your own wicked thoughts. Of course, Esau can influence them. But when it comes to that willingly sins, that's on you. And that's what the Most High is like really judging. Not the ones where you know you go to school and you got mixed fabrics, or you go to you eating a sandwich, a turkey sandwich, and you look at the packaging and it say 50% pork and you didn't know it. Like, the Most High is looking more so at the sins that you could prevent. For example, obviously, you probably shouldn't, you shouldn't indulge in certain things like, uh, let's just say wickedness. It's just certain things you shouldn't indulge in that you could prevent, right? So now you have things like, let's just get into the scriptures. This is Matthew 26 and 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into the temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right. So you want to pray. It's gonna be a lot of prayer and scriptures with this, but you want to pray that you're strong enough to overcome your moments of weakness. All right. You want to pray that if it's possible, you don't even be tempted, because although your spirit, you might be on fire, do your videos, just all type of things. That could be completely true. But when the going get tough, when things get to going down, you know, the flesh is weak at the end of the day. You could be the strongest person you want. And yes, it does help, being real strong in the spirit. It definitely does help. But your flesh is limited, right? It's gonna be certain situations where you are gonna go off because of the flesh, you know. But the spirit don't want to. But the flesh, just because we're in the flesh, it's gonna happen. That's why you want to pray that you enter not into temptation. All right. This is Mark 14 and 38. Watch ye and pray, lest ye enter into the temptation. The spirit truly is ready, but the flesh is weak. There you go again. I tell you, the spirit is ready, bro. The spirit is on point, right? It's the flesh that's holding us back. If it was, if we wasn't in the flesh, we wouldn't need to eat and stuff like that. Because that's the flesh. That's fleshly needs. We wouldn't need certain things. Like, we wouldn't need worldly things. You know. This is Mark 13 and 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. All right. And that's a big thing about that flesh. You want to pray for salvation, because while you being weak in the flesh, some are weaker than others, but you could be just totally giving into it. All right, which is going off, and you don't even know when your whole shot coming back. So here you is feeding the hell out of your flesh, and you don't even got what you need. You know. This is Luke 22 and 40. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye. That's not what I was looking for. Okay. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. All right. So yeah, we are in the flesh. We physically walk in the flesh, but we do have a constant battle. All right. It's a constant battle of keeping balance. You know, we're not gonna always, sometimes you give into the flesh, and that's not, necessarily going off because you gotta eat food. Eating food is technically something of the flesh. It's just certain things you gotta do. You might want to watch a movie. You know, all right. So Lakia, the camera cut off, but I'm gonna get right back where I left. All right. This is Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. All right. So if you always, trying to indulge in the spirit, the flesh can't hurt you. All right, or the flesh won't get to you because you're gonna be building such a relationship with the Most High. It's gonna be like, whatever. The flesh throws something at you, it's not even gonna get to you, right? You just gonna feel the demons being shaken off of you, things like that. You'll see the difference. That's a definite. All right. This is First Peter verses 4-1. For as for as much then as the Mashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourself likewise with the same mind, for he that hath suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin. All right. Hey, it's going in on Yahweh Shai. He's saying how Yahweh Shai, he suffered in the flesh for us. So we gotta have that same mindset of sacrifice. The certain you want to sacrifice your flesh. All right. you know, he gave the ultimate sacrifice for us. It might be something as little as, maybe cutting a little folly or maybe, cutting the folly out altogether. Who knows what your situation is. Some people are actually going to get put to death and do the same sacrifice, martyrs. This is going to happen. This is Psalm 73, verse 26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but how is the strength of my heart and my portion forever? All right, so, you can't lean on your own needs and stuff. Your own flesh is always gonna come up short. But the Lord who dealeth with the spirit, which are the inward parts, you know, he's never gonna let that fail. The Lord, so long as you good with the Lord, you're good. You know. This is Psalms 56:4. In Yahweh I will praise his word. In Yahweh I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. All right. That's another reason why we don't fear the flesh. All right. Because fuck it. Fuck the flesh. All right. We here to be in the spirit and do the works anyways. You know. All right. This is First John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. All right, so all those things are fleshly things. People, they envy, they show pride, they just do all type of madness, bro. That's worldly shit. That's being in the flesh. That's that fleshly carnal mindset that niggas be in. That's them. Let them indulge in that. Not us. All right. We're supposed to be in the spirit and of the Father. You know. I'm gonna end it with this. This is Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right. When we talk about fighting, we're not fighting a real person named Flesh and you got to tell them back away. No, we fighting, spiritual iniquity. it's the world is spiritually polluted with wickedness. Then we fighting Esau on a higher level, not physically, but he's sending his sorcerers and all type of wickedness our way, and we fighting it back through the spirit. You know, and then you got the demons on top of that who are the left hand side of the Lord, and they attacking us. And we fighting back spiritually because you can't really fight a demon physically. You know, it's spiritual. But all right, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakadash, giving double honor to Apostle Elders, Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the brothers, pushing truth and sincerity, and abide, Prabhu.